One para el match going first.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
There are many
Good evening, sir.
joining. Good evening.
One para el match going first.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
evening.
sir.
Very good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Shall we start or shall we wait for a
Good
few more
evening, sir.
moments? Very good.
Para el match going first.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Very good.
Good evening, sir.
Start. Shall we wait for
Your voice is too low, sir.
Good evening, sir.
So I think we can start off. We don't have much time. We shouldn't be too late. We already waited for like 6 minutes here. And it's about the Earth Day program we have tomorrow for various schools. Can we have no? That would take a long time. So let's say it. Lakshman. Can I have
Yes,
some-
sir.
help me? Like मैं आपको बना दूं क्या co-host? आपको लोगों को आप ही लेंगे?
ओके सर, बट 5 मिनट में मैं रूम पे जा रहा हूँ, अभी बाहर हूँ, तो ठीक है, बना दीजिए।
तो अभी जो भी लोग मतलब कि आएंगे ना, सिर्फ उनको एडमिट करते जाना है ग्रुप में।
ओके सर, ओके 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 ओके।
So can you bring in Rachna? Dhar? Yeah, nice. So greetings all. Today we would like to discuss, tomorrow we have Earth Day coming, and I'm sure there are participants from various schools of Patna. So can you just name, some of you can start off with, just naming your schools or the colleges of where you are. Yeah, Rachna, go ahead. Can we just name our, educational institutions from where we are? Can we? No? Okay, no worries. Let's start. Maybe sometimes in between we'll look into it. So,
नाम कैसे नाम चेंज करेंगे? ये अपना नाम लिखे हुए नालायक भूत वाला उनके तरह से बैठा हुआ है, मतलब
can you go on mute?
बच्चे हैं सब.
So we are talking about Earth Day program, and here I have something to call upon plastic. So there are Earth Day is very much special to us tomorrow, and we have a lot of activities coming up, maybe in Purnamatra campus, in various educational institutions, in different places, in Patna, in other districts of Bihar, in other states of India.
So one request is there. Your voice is too low.
I'm audible now. Is it any better?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so we'll have a lot of students from various educational institutions joining us tomorrow for this Earth Day celebrations. And there are many ways we are celebrating it. Sometimes with the art or culture, or maybe a drawing competition, essay competition, and many more things, right? So, however, we few of the interns of Taramitra, they have designed a way through which we can celebrate Earth Day differently, little bit. So here we are talking about Earth Day and plastic. So what is plastic? First of all, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is plastic? Plastic is a cocktail of various. Plastic is a cocktail of various chemicals. There are like 4,000 different chemicals which make our plastic. Various kinds of plastics are made with various kinds of chemicals. And we have scientists and the manufacturers have identified there are like 4,000 types. And out of that 4,000 types, nearly 188 of these chemicals have been identified as hazardous to human health and the environment together. So lately we will see what are the problems. So there are hazardous metals like cadmium, lead, aluminum, mercury, which can be germs in a which causes like cancer. These are the cancer causing items, elements, other metals, which goes into your body. Sometimes it comes out through urine or excreta. However, sometimes it stays in your body also. And when it stays in your body, it can go in any part through the blood circulation, and it can, just stay there. And when you grow old, then it can become a cancer, slowly and gradually. So they are fluorochyle substances. These are like the liver damaging, and they also cause, damage to the immune system. Bisphenol. So all these like chemicals are used to make plastic that we use today in our day-to-day life. It could be single-use plastic, or it could be any other plastic that we are reusable, like the remote or the phone or the electronic items or whatever it is. So, but they have various kinds of chemicals to give them such properties. However, these chemicals are hazardous if it is consumed by any living being or even by the humans. So there are like 14 different hazardous petrolate compounds are there, and these are generally called EDCs, endocrine disrupting chemicals. And there had been a research which says that all of us use approximately 11 kilos of plastic every year. So this is data of 2019, and right now we are in 22. And that time there was a perception, or assumption made by the scientists that by 2022 we would be using 20 kgs of plastic, each one of us. Okay. However, because of this COVID thing, I think we can use much more plastic than 20 kgs in last 2 years, right? Because we have been using masks, we have been using hazmat suits for the doctors, nurses, and other people who were working on the essential services at the time of COVID, at the time of lockdown, right? So all those things are majorly made up of plastic. Plastic has helped us, over the corona. So yeah, we are using more plastic nowadays. So what do we do when we are done with the use? We throw it in the dustbin, as we say, right? All of us. Yeah, I throw it in the dustbin. Well, it's a linear line happening right now. When we talk about plastic. So plastic is produced like it is taken out of the ground as a crude oil. As you can see, the first image here, it's a barrel. It says it's a crude oil. Then it goes into your chemical, they add some other chemicals and make it, and it goes through, chemical lab or the factory where it plastic as a product. Then from the lab, it goes to the factories to become a product or to become a packaging for the product. From there, it goes to the shop, and from a shop, it goes to our houses along with us. We take them to our houses, right? And we use the products, whatever we purchase, and we throw away the packaging, or once the end of life of the product is there, at the end of the life of this product, we can throw them in, let's say, dustbin, right? So where does it all go from dustbin? Next question. You throw it in a dustbin, but from dustbin, where does it go? Let's see where does it go. Some are eaten by the cows, along with the organic waste we throw most of the times, and which we find very convenient, right? So this is a survey me along with some of my interns we did at the dump site of Patna. Amount of waste that Patna is generating. So this is a small video. I'm sorry for the interruption. So here you can see in this video here, right here, this is the kind of like you saw the mountain of waste we have in Patna, and there's no boundary from the house to the where the waste is being dumped. And you can see some water around. So this is a lichet, and it goes and places, some places here, these are the farms, and there are farmlands also, a lot of farmlands around. And a lot of this waste goes into the, the farmlands. We also find these plastics on our roadside. And from our road, almost 8 million tons of plastic waste makes its way to the seas every year. And this is how our seas are nowadays.
Garbage thrown away in the United States can make its way to Antarctica. Plastic in our coastal waters is pulled into the centre of massive wind-driven, churning circular gyres. There are many other ocean currents also diverting the trash all around the surface of the ocean. In reality, it's just one ocean with no boundaries.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we can have a boundary for, India, Pakistan, or from your house to my house, we can have a boundary. But in the middle of sea, there couldn't be any boundary. We can have a various, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, but we cannot have a boundary in between them. So whatever we throw in the Indian Ocean, it is possible it will go to other place as well. So, and here it is called the gyre. Gyres are the whirlpool movements because of the, hot and cold temperature of the different places. Like in the continent region, you can see the temperature, and because of the equator, it's hot, and on the southern part, like the Arctic place, there is cold. So that is how there is a current formation happens in the water also, just like our monsoon. And when seen this image, there are 5 different gyres or the huge whirlpools in which the water keeps moving. And these are places are the 5 gyres in the oceans, and they have accumulated a huge amount of plastic waste. They are floating. So how much waste we are talking about? So let's see here with the comparison. So here is the land area of India, which is, let's take in the million square miles rather than going in a square kilometer, because in square kilometer, it's a lot of numbers, and it wouldn't, it's not easy to calculate it. But if we go through the million miles, it's pretty easy. It says 1.269 million square miles, almost 1.269 or 1.27, let's say. The Great Pacific Patch is 5 million square miles, nearly the 4 times size of India. Just imagine how much waste is floating in the ocean. And the problem is not about just the floating. There are high density polythene which sink also. High or low? I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused on that sometimes. So there are plastic which is swimming in between. There are plastic which is on the the surface of the ocean, and some are floating as well. It is endangering marine life, and it's coming in our food chain. Like plastic we throw, it goes into the ocean, fishes eat that. Bigger fish will eat the smaller fish along with the plastic, and we will eat the bigger fishes, and that is one of the way how it gets accumulated in our body. Another way is the salt we eat every day. Salt comes from oceans, right? And in oceans, we have, since last 40, 50 years, we have thrown huge amount of, there are research which says, and the UN is like worried that by 2050, we will have, more plastics than fishes in the ocean. So this is the concern. Another way is like, so when our water comes from, salt comes from the ocean, along with the salt, we also eat, we are getting microplastic, micro, or we can say it nanoplastics. So here in the image, the white dots are the salts and the green dots are the plastics. So there's another way, way to look at it. There's a Dr. Jennifer Levers, and she's a marine scientist, and she has some shocking information for us. Let's see what it is. It's a seabird. And this is the stomach of a dead seabird. And this is the amount of plastic she collected from that dead seabird.
Jen, I counted 234 pieces of plastic out of that one bird. Is that a record?
Not even close, unfortunately. So for the species, the record is 276 pieces of plastic inside of one 90-day-old chick. And that plastic, when we weighed it out, accounted for 15% of that bird's body mass. So that's a pretty scary statistic. If we translate that into human terms, it gets even worse. That would be equivalent to you and I having somewhere around 6 or 8 kilos of plastic inside of your stomach. It's equivalent to about 12 pizzas worth of food inside of your stomach.
So this is not only happening with these birds, it's happening with the cows, our stray cows, which we see, at the garbage piles in our locality. It's happening with the dogs. Some other way it is happening with us also, because we are also consuming it in various ways. So if we call, there is a research of by National Climate Change, National Geographic Climate Change Program, and they have assessed that if plastic would have been a country like India, US, China, Russia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Russia, or Sri Lanka, or whatever, it is the 5th major source of climate change. Plastic. From production to disposal, everything has impact on climate and humans as well. So, is the plastic that bad? Is the question. Well, I don't say that. I believe plastic is an amazing material. It's durable, it's lightweight, and it is pretty, friendly with the pocket of people. So it is accessible for many, even the poor people. So now I have a question for you. Suppose if I want to kill you right now, and you are just in front of me, not you are on the other side of the screen, but you are in front of me right now. I have a gun and I pull a trigger, and suppose this is my gun and this is my bullet. So I pull the trigger, this bullet goes into your heart directly and kills you. Now, my question is, who will go to the jail? This bullet, which went into your heart and killed you, or this gun, which triggered the bullet, or which shot the bullet? Who of these will go to jail? Absolutely, none of them. I will go to jail because I was the one who made this decision, right? So, when we know if plastic can cause all these problems, then it is our mistake. It is one, we cannot call, the plastic as the culprit. It's we, the users of plastic, are the culprit. We cannot put it on government. We must not also put it on, the big corporations who are producing this, because only because we have all these plastics, things have become so much accessible for many of the people from various societies. Just think of the smartphone or even the basic phone today, which you can get for like 100 or 1200, 1000 to 1200 rupees, or even a smartphone for like 5 to 6,000 rupees. And the people who are not even educated, they can use this technology. Why? Because it is affordable. They can buy it. And how has it become affordable? Yes, absolutely, because of the plastics. The cars we use today. Suppose if the whole body of the car, the interior of the car would have been made up of metal, it would have been much more heavier, and it would have required much more bigger engine to run it. And the bigger engine means a lot more fuel. Lot more fuel means a lot more, pollution. So yeah, we have to think in the both ways, and we'll also have to think what exactly is the problem. Is plastic our problem, or is it our behavior that is the problem? And just because of our behavior, plastic is killing the planet today. So I'm sure many of you might have heard this story in your schools or with your parents or anywhere in the world. I'm sure everybody knows it. Unity is strength. There are four sons who keep fighting all the time. Father wants to teach them a lesson. Listen. So he asks them to bring a stake and ask them to break it. The kids, they break it easily. Then then the father gives them a bunch of sticks like this, and then asks the kids to break it. Then they are not able to break it, right? Why? Because unity is strength. But this unity is with whom right now? When we talk about this plastic and our behavior and us and the environment, who is in the unity? Are we in unity with the environment? No. But plastic is in unity with other kinds of waste, because we are mixing our waste. We are putting organic waste in the polythene. We are putting our hazardous waste into the polythene and then disposing it. Or thereafter, we are giving to the waste collectors. And that is where we complicate the process. So there's a waste management tool which puts some obligations on the users as well. The waste generator. So the first thing is we must be segregating our waste, hand our waste to the authorized agency only, and also to pay user fees. First one was very important. Segregate. We need to segregate our waste. So I'm on the wrong presentation. I'm sorry, just give me a minute. Okay, so I'm sorry, actually I went into the wrong presentation. Is my screen visible now? Can I get a thumbs up?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Your laptop screen is visible.
Great. So tomorrow, when you people go to your college or school, take 5 to 7 hair rubber bands. You know what is hair rubber band? Something like this.
Yes, sir.
So can we take a small 5 minutes break and do this activity right now? Can any, let's take 2 minutes break. And can all of you bring this kind of rubber band? Maybe you can ask your sister, mother, aunt, anybody. Grab it in 2 minutes. I'm waiting. Is everyone back?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you put up your videos,
Yes, sir.
all of you? Whoever has a rubber band like this can come over on their videos. We have this small activity here, which you need to do tomorrow. So you need to learn it today, so you can do it tomorrow. Anyone?
Sure, sir.
I think, okay. Piyush Raj. We have Siddhi, right?
Sir.
Some of you have already done it, so it's okay. But the people who have not done it before, they must do it. So can you show me your, the rubber band? Of you? Nice. Nice. Great. So you have to wear this rubber band in your right hand wrist like this. You need to wear it in your right hand wrist. All of you. Yeah. And you can go a little bit afar from the camera so we can see you. Yeah. Take a back seat maybe. Now just you need to put all your fingers together, and then you will see your hand has taken a shape of a beak, a bird's beak, right? A bird's beak like this, right? It's a bird beak.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So this is a bird's beak, and this is a rubber in the neck of a bird, and your hand is a bird right now. Okay. So you don't have other hand. You cannot use your other hand. You cannot use your teeth. You can use your body. You can use your surroundings or whatever things, but you cannot use your other hand. You cannot use your teeth. Right. Now, in next 30 seconds, I want you to try to, pull it out of your wrist. Take it away without using your other hand or your teeth. And your time starts now.
Can we use the legs?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't mind your leg. But we need to see it, what you are doing. So maybe you can bend your camera there, whatever is happening with your wrist.
Sir,
we
I
can-
cannot show due to it is a laptop, sir.
Okay. So maybe you can just remove your headphone and go back so we can see you.
So I'm showing.
Okay, nice. Nice. Great. Wonderful. So they did it.
Sir, done.
Great.
Great effort.
Yes, sir.
Prakriti also did it. Nice. Piyush is it done? Piyush, you also did it, right? So clap
Yes,
for
sir.
all of you. Nice. So there is an effort that you put your like thumb maybe toe here and then pull it. So sometimes the birds would also try something similar way to do for themselves. And not most of the time, but sometimes some birds are as lucky as you were. And they were, they get to pull it out and they are free to live again. But many don't get to the fortune that way. Or sometimes if they get hurt because you have a toe, but they would have to use a stick or maybe a rock, right? They don't have any tool. Like the way we can go to the market and purchase some tools. So they don't have a tool. So they might have to use branches, bark, or maybe a rock or something like that. And that can, be a hurting again. So yeah, that is a very miserable situation. That is what I mean. And many birds and marine animals are being entangled and they die because of that. Sometimes because we also saw that they eat it and they die. Right. And now this problem has reached where we are eating it and we are also having some problems because of that. So this is one of the activity that maybe if you go for the plogging tomorrow in your schools or your colleges, and when you see your friends or the other people, when they see you, what you are doing, at that point of time, you can go and, talk to them. At that point of time, you should go and talk to them. And you should carry 5 or 6 of this kind of, rubber bands in your pocket and ask them to do this activity. Do it with them. And then tell them, see, this is what the problem is. And it is not only the entangling, it's also getting in our body through various channels, right? And so there we would be doing 3 things. First thing is plogging, like picking the plastics and collecting it at the gate of your educational institution. Let us know. We can connect to the recycling centers and the recyclers will come and take these plastics for recycling. Else, you can also give it to the, the municipal corporation vehicle. But I'm not sure from there it will go for recycling. It can go for dumping from there. So yeah, maybe you can contact us for that. So we can ensure that whatever plastic, single-use plastic you collect, that goes for recycling. So you can take the photos of the activity that you do while picking the trash, or while doing this activity with the people around, or while getting this survey. Yeah, so we are also doing this survey. Maybe all of you can take a screenshot of this QR code.
Wait 2 minutes, sir. I had to scan this code, sir.
Yeah, please. So maybe all of you, I request you to take a screenshot of this QR code. If you're on your phone,
Yes.
take it on your phone.
Yes,
If you're
sir,
on
take it.
laptop, just say print screen and then you can open paintbrush and then say Control V and it will be there.
QR scanner is not detecting, sir. What can I do, sir?
It's not detecting.
Yes, sir. QR scanner, sir.
Let me just try it. On my phone, I think it is opening. Yeah. Can you see this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So maybe what is the application you are using? All you can simply you can use you can use the Google, the search application that you have, and there you might have Lens. So click on Lens and then you can scan this code.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
sir, mine is a inbuilt QR scanning, sir.
Okay, so I can give you the link. Maybe I can put a link in this chat box, or you can just remember it if you want. It's you can go to the website footprint.org.in. 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 And there you will see a survey on the top. And in survey, there are two surveys. So one is a Taramitra plastic survey. You can click that one and you can do the survey there. Okay. So also I want you to get this, get this survey done by the people in your school or college or in your community. So this survey is basically about what kind of behavior we have in Patna. So the interns who are working right now in Taramitra, they can, go work on it and design some activities, campaigns, and we can do the advocacy with the government that what exactly we need to do improve the services in our locality or in Patna. And when you click the photos, you can share it on your social media, tag Taramitra, Earth Day and Earth Day network. So for Earth Day, it could be Earth Day or Earth Day network on Facebook. And for Taramitra, you can say at the rate of it's our turn to lead. We are on Facebook and Instagram both. So if you tag us, we will know about it. And these are the hashtags which we would be using. Great global cleanup hashtag or trash tag, plugging, hashtag HC for CC, and HC and hashtag habit change for climate change. So yeah, our Insta and Facebook IDs are it's our turn to lead. You can log it, you can go there, follow us or subscribe or whatever you feel like doing. But you need to tag us with your photos tomorrow. And that is how we would be using it for generating your certificates for Earth Day. Right? So, Mia, is there any questions you have so far? Okay, Sankalp has already given the link in for this QR code in the chat box. So maybe you can copy it. Any questions, anyone? Any doubts? What we have to do tomorrow? We have to do three things. First, we have to go and collect the trash in the morning. Okay, yeah, absolutely. A few more things that we forgot because of the other presentation. So there are some do's and don'ts. So yeah. So maybe if you're going to school, I'm sure you will have to wear your uniform. So anyways, if it is sports, I'm not sure if it's a sports day on Friday. So anyways, wear something that you don't mind getting dirty. Checklist that things you should have. You should have hand gloves, you should have sanitizer, you should have 5 to 7 hair rubber bands. You should be having face masks because COVID cases are rising again. And I want all of you to stay safe and healthy. So please carry your face masks, and maybe if you want, you can carry a first aid kit. Maybe sometimes someone can get a cut, so maybe a Dettol or a handy pass would be a nice thing to have. And so whatever waste is collected, you can collect it and put it near your school or college gate. So there's a plastic recovery facility in Gardani Bagh. We have talked to them and they will come and collect it. The thing that I want them to collect is, because whatever hard work you would be doing tomorrow to collect all this plastic waste in your locality or around your school, your hard work should go for recycling, not for getting dumped and creating the, increasing the problem, but it should go towards decreasing the problem. And if we already have such facility in Patna, why not to use it? So yeah, you can bring your friends and family along if you're doing in your neighborhood. Take pictures during the cleanup and post them on the social media. Yeah, this is the public engagement that we get.
Sir, but I do not use social media such as Facebook, sir.
No worries. You can share those photos with us and we will put it on the social media. If you want, you can note down my number. Or if you want, you can send me an email. That would be a better way.
So one question is there that
Please.
as we know, um, in our locality, in our schools, regular persons are creating dust like plastic. They are throwing plastic. They are eating Lays, etc., etc. They're using that plastic. So not to do at only at that. It's like a festival, Earth Day. So not to doing only at that day, but as regular. I want that it should be at a regular point because only one day can't change our life.
I like the idea. I like your idea, Siddhi, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I like your idea, and that is what we are trying to start off in Patna. We started it last Sunday. Uh, we did it at the Patna Zoo gate number 2 on last Sunday. We are doing it tomorrow with the schools and educational institutions to mark it as a part of the Earth Day program. And we are definitely looking forward, and we have a plan to do it on every Sunday. Every Sunday. Every Sunday, nobody has to go to school, nobody has to go to office. They can come together at 7 o'clock in the morning. 6:30 would be too early. I don't want you to get up at 6:30 because 5 o'clock or something you have to wake up because of maybe for the school kids, maybe. Yeah, it would be tough. But yeah, 7 o'clock we can meet some places in different localities of Patna. We can do this cleaning for half an hour. And because when we start doing something, this will bring shame on the people who keep littering. Yeah, maybe not today, but after a month or maybe after 2 months, because then they will, and if we stop collect doing our activity, then they will say, oh, it was just for a few days. Now see, those great kids have gone back. So no, we don't want to be those kids. We should be the kids who will bring the change. And I really like your idea. Yes, we are doing it every Sunday.
Got
More
it.
questions, please? Do you have more questions?
And so also to look after the animals who are eating that plastics.
Yeah, like there is the only way is there are like there's a veterinary college, and there are some NGOs who are working on this in Patna. So there are some NGOs when they see the stray dogs who are not like moving normally, they are just like sitting at one place lazy like. So they take them and they take them to the hospital and in the veterinary college we have near this airport, and some of them are being taken care of there. But we should come back to the place where we don't have to take these animals to the hospital. They should have right to live a better life than we give them. Yes?
Yes.
Any more questions? Any more questions or clarity about the program tomorrow? And one more question I have. Yeah, please, Piyush, go ahead.
But sir, in my area, sir, many of the people are throwing waste, sir, and sir, in the public transport, sir, such as bus, sir, most people, sir, eat things like Lays, etc., etc., and they throw outside the public transport. What can I do,
Yeah.
sir?
We can collect those. We can collect those as a starter. That is how we can, because when you go and tell them, it's nothing that we don't know. All of us know that we should not be throwing it here and there, but we are doing it. It has become our habit. So we need to change our habit. How do we change our habit? By starting practicing something new. Yes. First of all, I will have to change my habit. And then my activities will inspire you to change your habit. So once you change, then when people see you and observe the change in you, they get inspired. And that inspiration also changes them in the long term. But yeah, and these habits we have inculcated in our, since the day we were born. I am 40 years old now. So I have a habit of 40 years. And the longer the habit is, it's longer and the harder it is to break. Isn't it? So we don't have to get disheartened. But yeah, we'll have to start somewhere at some point. Yes. And I think the Earth Day is the best time to flag it on. So now my question is, how many of you are doing the plogging tomorrow?
Can you repeat it again, sir?
How many of you are coming tomorrow or going in your school or any place and doing this activity, collecting plastic or the single-use plastic from the roads, or maybe from your campus, from your house, from your school, from your college, wherever it is? And
So I will try my best to do it.
good. Nice. Great. Great. So I'll just give me 2 minutes. I'll share a link with you. Maybe you can go to the website footprint.org.in immediately, and there you will see, upload your photo. There would be a link on the top bar. It is not available right now, but hopefully by tonight or tomorrow morning, there will be a link which will say that you can upload your photo there. So you can upload your photos there and we can use those photos directly. And if some of you are interested in continuing joining us for Sunday morning cleanup thing. And this cleanup is not happening only in Patna. This is a Earth Day part. It's called the Great Global Cleanup, and it is happening around the world. Various countries various civil societies, various individuals are doing it by themselves in their own capacity. And we are joining them from Patna to be the part of the movement. Yeah, so it will be Sunday. So maybe there's a link also to join our Sunday program on the website. So you can register yourself there also. So we can set up some plans when we are doing it, how we are doing it, what are the places we would be doing it. So you can join us. So thank you so much. I think it was just for a half an hour, but we took almost an hour today. Or if you have any questions, so Rashi and Abhinav, you can put your hands down. Great. Any more questions? Anyone? No? Then shall we call it a night then? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Good night. And wish you all the best for tomorrow. And let's have a blessed Earth Day tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Good night, sir. Take care.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.